Good morning. My name is Barry Kennedy, and this is my public history recording for HIUS 512 for the fall term of 2021. To say the least, there are a lot of really good public history exhibits around the United States. I've been privileged to visit many of them, including the one that I'm going to talk about today, which is Boston's Freedom Trail. Boston's Freedom Trail has been in business for a number of years. And this particular trail tries to find a combination of preserving history, but at the same time allowing for public progress. If you actually go and you take the Freedom Trail tour, and if you do it on your own, you can miss a lot of the really important aspects because you'll just see a very small plaque in the ground and then it's surrounded by modern businesses and things of that nature. So, in terms of preserving the Freedom Trail in Boston, it it really has went through a variety of stages from the standpoint of originally people didn't value a lot of those sites very much. In the article by Alfred Young, Revolution in Boston, he talks about how that the Old South Meeting House was sold at auction and was getting ready to be completely scrapped before it was finally settled in. There was also the issue with the Boston Tea Party in terms of it was an event that occurred in 1773 in terms of the destruction of the tea, but it was lost for virtually 60 years after the Revolution. And the cities who established their cultural domination chose to erase the radical or popular side of the revolution. And in many ways, this is an attempt to try to change or trying to alter history, which is something that can be absolutely dangerous. If you want information about the Freedom Trail today, you can go to the actual website presented by the Freedom Trail Foundation, which is just thefreedomtrail.org. And you can find all kinds of information there in terms of the history of the trail, the different sites on the trail. You can be able to see a map to where you can walk it on your own, or you can sign up for tickets to be able to get a guided tour, which I would highly, highly recommend if you ever get a chance to go to Boston. The guided tour is much better than the just walking through and trying to figure out where you're going, so to speak, on the fly. Now, there's lots of issues and challenges to the Freedom Trail today. And Anita Danker, in her article, African American Heritage Trails from Boston to the Berkshires, and even the article again written by Alfred Young, speaks about how the Freedom Trail needs to be expanded. There's very little mention of women, and there's no mention of African Americans on the Freedom Trail. And in Young's article, he argues that women such as Abigail Adams and others must be included on the Freedom Trail because of the role that they played during the Revolution. At the same time, Anita Danker argues that because of the omission of African Americans on the Freedom Trail, that African American trails and women trails as well have started to pop up in and around Boston. Well, it seems to me that a simple solution to this would be to have a complete liberty or freedom trail that discusses both the freedom or the desire to gain liberty from Great Britain while also trying to explain the issues of liberty here in the United States after independence was gained. Of course, we know that women had very little rights. We know that African Americans had virtually no rights after independence was won. So these are just a couple aspects of how the Freedom Trail probably should be looking to make some adaptations and changes, not changing history, not ignoring the history that took place, but embracing history at a greater level. Again, I would like to say that the Freedom Trail is an excellent place to go visit. I highly recommend taking a tour. There are a lot of really good places in and around Boston to see as well. And I hope everybody has a great and wonderful day.